Welcome to your March 2025 month ahead tarot reading. If you don't know me, my name is Kira. I am a Chaos Witch and Persephone devotee. I read tarot, I do shadow work guidance. I'm also a poet and intuitive creative, but for this video, I'll be your tarot reader. I'm going to give you two piles to choose from with two different crystals on them. And then we'll get into your month ahead reading. If you are a member on my Patreon, you will also get one extra card from my Persephone deck, the Dark Days Tarot deck that I use to communicate with her specifically. So you'll get a little extra guidance directly from her. And if you're on Patreon, you will also get 3 journal prompts to help you better integrate the reading. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll turn the camera around and show you your options, and then we'll get into the reading.
Okay, so these are your two options for this month. Your first group, or our first option, is this beautiful ammonite fossil. It's got an opalized coating on it. It's very pretty. So that's our first option. And then group 2, second option, is this piece of blue apatite. It's really just yummy, juicy blue crystal. So that's your second option. I'll give you a moment to look at them, take a deep breath, tap into your intuition, and decide which pile you want for this month of March. I'll put the timestamps down below, and you can skip to your group. If you're a member on our Patreon, you will also get an extra card from Persephone. This is my Dark Days Tarot deck. That's the deck I use specifically with her. And if you're on Patreon, you will also get some journal prompts to help you integrate the readings. So I'd love to have you over there. So just take a moment, take a deep breath, pick which pile you want, and we'll get to it.
All right, so this is for our first group, the people who chose the ammonite fossil. I'll show you that one more time. It's so pretty. I just love the colors on it. So yeah, let's get into it. I've already pulled the cards, so I'll just flip them over as we go and we'll talk about them. All right, so your first card is the Hierophant. So your core theme is where the position of this card is. It's kind of like you're finding your place, learning how to navigate within a very structured and hierarchical society. This may have you feeling really restricted lately. Maybe you're trying to follow a more traditional path or trying to do things the way you think you're supposed to be doing them. It could be you're trying to break free, break out of this sort of structure or just these traditions that are keeping you sort of stuck wherever you're at. And then we have 9 of Swords. We love to get the swords. So in the past, maybe the constraints or what's creating resistance in your current situation is kind of a hard pill to swallow. You don't want it to be true. Maybe you just don't want to address it. What's gotten you into this situation where you're in this very structured and traditional setting, and what's led up to that is something you've been resistant to address. But that fear and reluctance is what's holding you back. The fear of just opening your eyes and looking at what's going on is kind of what's holding you back. dismissing the thoughts and logic that are blocking your path is keeping them stuck there. So turn and face that metaphorical monster. It's actually in your head. The swords cards are not quite as scary as people think because the swords are our thoughts. They're in our head. So whatever is sort of keeping you stuck in this situation wants to be seen, wants to be looked at and addressed. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Cups. So once you kind of break free from those limiting beliefs, I think is a better term, and frustrations, that you're going to see a lot of possibilities are actually there. Tons of possibilities to break out of this really, I'm just feeling like tight situation that you're in. There's a whole world of opportunity. But use your discernment. Like, some of those opportunities are meant for you and some of them are not. So tap into your intuition. Like, you have all of these choices that are going to appear and they're all going to look really great. But use your intuition, use some discernment to figure out which ones are actually going to bring you fulfillment, set you on the path that you want to be on. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Wands. This is your action card. So as you're kind of navigating this path where you feel restricted and trying to break free, remember what you're doing it for. Remember why you started going down this path, your passions, your desires, your creativity, and your dreams. It's maybe getting exhausting and hard, I know, but you're being asked and encouraged even by the universe to keep going. Like, you're almost there. So yeah, we'll pull all of this together in a moment, just kind of giving you the overview. Okay, and then your guidance and support card is the Page of Pentacles. So this is the Muse of Money. A reminder that it's okay, especially in this world, to desire something tangible and monetary. Like, we kind of need that to thrive because money equals choices and freedom. So your guidance here is to learn how to handle it whenever you do receive it. What you're asking for, what you're working toward, will you know what to do with it when it's there finally? Learn how to invest in your future. Think past your current goals. Like, what will you do after you've achieved it? How will you enjoy what you've cultivated? This might also be guiding you towards a person in your life now or in the near future that can help you get a clear, focused trajectory and vision for what you want to achieve and how exactly to get there. So keep your mind and your eyes open for that. And I kind of want to pull it all together here for you. So I'm actually going to turn the camera around so we can look at all these cards together and I can sort of wrap it together and make it a more clear message for you.
Okay, so within this situation where you're trying to exist more freely in a very structured world, among all of these constraints, you're being asked to remember your vision, your why, and recenter on this so that you can push through that sort of home stretch to get to where you want to be. And there's a lack of clarity in vision in a lot of these cards. You can see the eyes are covered here. Vision is obscured here. And this also has like a sense of cloudiness in vision and desire of what you want. You've been like afraid in the past to confront the worry and anxiety for fear maybe of them coming true when actually it was all in your head. And I know we hate to hear that, but a lot of times those limiting beliefs, those fears are just thoughts. They're just beliefs. So now this structure and hierarchy and traditional path feels safest, even when it's maybe holding you back from where you really want to be, from bigger things. And then you've got this vision blocked too. Losing sight of your passions maybe and your dreams. You have so much inside of you, so much passion and creativity and just really big dreams, it seems, but it's sort of like gotten muddied almost. So try reframing how you're thinking of this journey. Take a moment and set all of those wants, those desires, those dreams down so that you can take stock of them and get clear on which ones you still find worthwhile, so that when you pick them all back up, it no longer feels quite like a burden, if that makes sense. And then this Cups card is also kind of alluding to some clouded vision, maybe some fogginess around what you truly desire. If you can't see where you're going clearly, if you won't look directly at what's causing you this distress and keeping you constrained, when the universe presents you with all of these options, you won't be able to discern which one's actually right for you, which is truly going to bring you the most fulfillment. So start trying to get clear on your vision, what it is you truly want and value, not only desire, but value. And then keep a lookout. There might be a person coming into your life that can actually help you do that, get clear on what it is you want. You don't have to figure all of this out on your own. But if not another person, maybe tap into a part of yourself that can help. Maybe your higher self, your core self, that can see through kind of all of this fog, all of the cloudiness that's coming up for you lately, and help you get clear on just your values, what it is you're truly desiring, something that you really honor. So yeah, that is all that I have for you. I hope that all made sense. Please leave me comments if you want me to expand on anything or help you out with that. And if you are a member of the Patreon, you will be getting this extra card from Persephone along with some journal prompts to help you integrate this better. All right, hello, group 2. This is for the people who chose the blue apatite crystal. If I can get it to focus. It's so pretty. I just want to show it to you one more time. Here we go. You can't quite see it in the video, but it's just got this really nice like depth to it. There's some like dark parts, and yeah, it just looks yummy enough to eat. So this is your tarot reading for the month of March for everyone who picked the blue apatite. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So your first card, your core theme for the month of March is the Chariot. You're on a path. You have direction and are almost effortlessly on your way. Your ambition and sheer willpower, I think, are leading you to success, or at least towards exactly where you need to go. Might not be clearly where you're wanting to go, but maybe it's where you need to go. You're in a space of sort of riding some momentum right now, and maybe you're wanting to know what comes next. Alternatively, I think, yeah, alternatively, you may be feeling a lack of direction if this were reversed.
I don't often pull them reversed, but maybe if that wasn't resonating with you, maybe you are feeling kind of a lack of direction, feeling powerless in your current situation. And then you have the, wow, let me count, nine of Pentacles. So part of this is simply, I think, because you've had the privilege to bask in the abundance of your life in the past, even if you weren't aware of it at the time. Yeah, even if you weren't aware of it at the time, take a moment to sort of reflect and take stock of everything you had and still have. You've also maybe had to learn how to be self-sufficient in the past, and that's kind of served you really well for handling this situation now. We have the Hermit, one of my favorites. So this is in your future position. So what you might not be ready for or expecting after this forward movement you're in is once you reach your destination, there's going to be a period of rest and introspection. Rekindling sort of your inner light and purpose when external factors might not be reflecting that anymore. You're not going to be losing anything like in the material world or anything like that. This isn't blocking or obscuring the path that you're trying to go down, the path to success maybe, but it is going to be like a perspective shift. Maybe the things you once really valued are no longer what you value. Maybe success didn't look the way that you expected. So there's going to be this period of just going inward where it's necessary and re-examining yourself, finding an inner wisdom, an internal compass as a guide rather than looking towards the external or taking advice from other people. And then we have the Ten of Swords. I said this to our first group too, but Swords cards always look scary, and they're never as scary as they seem because they have to do with the mind, the thoughts, not the external world. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. But this is the card of an ego death. This goes hand in hand, I think, with the Hermit card really well. It's an intrapersonal transformation, so inward. And in the position of your action card, this is where your action card is, I think the universe is asking you to sort of surrender in a sense. Not give up or forfeit, but surrender with a sense of ease rather than force. I think maybe you're used to this momentum and always pushing forward. So you're going to be asked to sort of pause. And as you examine your thoughts that you have around yourself and your values, there might start to arise a sense of defeat. Maybe things are just not what you expected. And that defeat, whatever you're recognizing needs to be left behind, it's only one part of you. So allow yourself to sort of let go. When we lay one part of ourselves to rest, like in this card, I can get into focus. What remains of us is set free to sort of rise. Because this isn't like an actual death of everything you know. This isn't the Tower card, right? So letting go of that one part of ourself that's just no longer resonating, those limiting beliefs, those thoughts that are no longer resonating, like sort of sets you free to move forward. All right, and then your guidance, your support card is the Five of Wands. So your guidance is to learn how to effectively manage conflict. Normally, this would be a card of interpersonal conflict and like clashing of ideas. But with the nature and context of the rest of this reading, I'm seeing it more as managing inner conflict. So learning how to give each part of yourself space to talk and express themselves, and take a non-judgmental approach to sort of finding common ground within yourself and a way forward. You may need to learn how to cope with unpredictability when you've usually been given like clear direction. So I'm going to turn the camera around and sort of bring this all together for you so you can see all the cards together, and we'll wrap it into one more coherent message.
All right, so here are all your cards together. And with the context of all of the rest of your cards, I'm getting a sense that you're actually looking for this direction and power that the Chariot brings. So I think take a moment to first just recognize that you can't possibly be on the wrong path. You're already going in the right direction. And then also take some time to recognize and feel some gratitude for what you do already have and what has gotten you to this point. And then allow a gentle surrendering to, I'm hearing like the ordered chaos of the universe. This clarity on your direction will come when you recognize that you're not your thoughts. That's sort of what this Swords card is always getting at with the ego death and liberation, letting go of those limiting beliefs and thoughts. So you're not your thoughts. That's going to give you, like I said, that liberation you need to be the observer of your thoughts and work in tandem with the universe, because really there's no separation between you and the universe. It really appears like you have a bit of like a spiritual, personal awakening ahead of you with this card, especially like the Hermit card and the Swords card. So don't feel bad about isolating a little bit. You need this space for introspection and learning how to navigate your inner world and all these differing ideas and desires that, when honored and given the space, can actually work together quite beautifully. So yeah, big transformation, big introspection and sort of spiritual awakening for our Blue Appetite group this month. So that's all I have for you. If this resonated, please let me know down below. If you have any questions, also please let me know down below. If you are part of the Patreon, you will also be getting your card from Persephone, along with some journal prompts to help you integrate this reading better. And if you are a member on my Patreon, you also get $5 off $5 off any personal readings that I offer.
So those are your readings for March 2025. I hope that they resonated. If they did resonate, let me know down below. If you have any questions or comments, also leave those down below. I will answer them the best that I can. And I hope to see you over on Patreon, because that extra card from Persephone, I think, really helps tie those things together. She's just really good at digging deeper into the details and pulling in some like juicy guidance. And the journal prompts that I include for these readings too, I think really help integrate it better. Ask some questions that will help you navigate the rest of this month well. So yeah, I really would love for you to join me over on Patreon. It's the best way to support me. In all of my offerings, you get an extra card, you get 3 journal prompts, and you also get $5 off of individual personal readings with me that I offer on my website. So you're basically getting your Patreon subscription money back. But again, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. I really hope that these readings resonated with you, and I'll see you next month.